All right, time for our last video or episode, depending on where you're listening to this, of the Big Money series. I hope you've really enjoyed this. What's up? Are you okay? I know, this is my last one. Hashtag real life. I'm so close to the finish line. Please let me finish. Okay, so this is our last one, and then I'm gonna go be mom, and my phone's about to die anyway. So like we've got to charge the devices, pay attention to the kiddo. I'm sure you can relate. So we will make this very quick for you and for me. So last but not least, we get to invite, okay, and follow up. And I connected these together because you can be marketing, you can be networking, but you might still block yourself from the blessings, which is the big money. People, it may sound so matter of fact if you're a personal trainer and you're telling people you're a personal trainer when you're networking, when you're marketing, and you're like, why am I not getting the sales that I desire? People need to be told what to do next. Speaking of a personal trainer, what if you were a personal trainer and somebody came to you for a session and then you're like, okay, let's work out. And they're like, but what do I do? And you're like, we work out. Like, you know how to work out. And they're like, no, that's why I'm here. That's why I paid you, right? And so it sounds so silly to tell people what to do in your marketing, what to do even one-on-one. But people need and want the invitation for the next step because we like to feel wanted. Even in sales, it's nice to feel wanted. Hey, I really think I could serve and support you, or I really think this product would help you. It can feel so good. It does not have to be slimy. When people are like, I don't want to be salesy, so I don't sell. And I'm like, but that's not the only way. There's a whole different holistic approach that is very ethical, that is very caring, that is very with the consumer in mind. And guess what? When you are presenting people invitations, they are adults. Just as if it's a party. Some people are going to come to your party when you invite them, and some are not. The same is true about big money. And so when you are marketing, we want to create invitations for people in your marketing. And then privately, when you're networking, which is going to be more like one-on-one, we want to create direct invitations. There is a whole way to do this. Again, there's no way we can get into everything, but I'm at least giving you enough to get started. But the goal here is you need to tell people, is a sales call next? Is filling out an application next? Is comment this word so you can get like a freebie or a discount code? Like, tell them what the next step is. And you want to do different next steps in different calls, like calls to actions, pieces of content. You don't want to do too much all at the same time because it's like vague goals get vague results. So if you know your goal is applications, then we focus on applications, okay? And then we get to follow up with all of those people at different stages as well. Again, there's an art to all of this. There's ethical ways to do this. There's strategies with all of this, but I wanted to give you enough. Hey, can we hold on 1 second? I'm almost done. Okay. Give me just a couple more minutes. Build a business as you have young children, they say. It won't be hard. They will have so much patience. So invite, follow up. The bigger the money goal, the more we're going to invite, the more we're going to follow up. So you get to get comfortable around the inviting process. Think of your big money goal like a really big party. If you did not tell anyone about the big party, you cannot be mad that no one shows up at your party. Or if we did like 1 or 2 social media posts and we did 1 or 2 like personal invitations, but you had a goal of like 1,000 people coming to your party, you cannot be upset. I guess you can be upset, but it's clear of why you did not get the result that you wanted for your party. Your big money goal is the exact same as if it's a big party. Big parties take big energy. They take focus. They take logistics. If you've ever thrown any type of party, you know that there's cost involved. You know that people are going to show up and some are not going to show up. Some people are going to surprise show up, right? And some are going to bring friends. Like, it always works out. But in almost 20 years of event planning, I've seen and heard it all, and it never surprises me because I'm just like, oh, okay, that's interesting, or that really worked, that didn't work, right? Like, event planning is a whole nother ball game. But anyways, your big money goal is so similar to a really big party, and the best parties that I have thrown took a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of focus, a lot of determination to make it happen. So your big money goal is the same exact way. And you'll get better at it the more you do it. The first time you plan a party, you're probably going to be like, oh, that didn't go exactly how I wanted, but I still got results. Then we plan another party. Then we plan another party. And every party is getting bigger and bigger and better and better and better. And that's the same as your money goal. So you get to meet yourself where you're at. If you've already, gotten traction online, then you're already a few steps ahead, and that's awesome. If you're just starting out online, or maybe it's been a while, just meet yourself where you're at. The cool part is just jump back in. You don't have to acknowledge and be like, hey guys, it's been a while since I've planned a party. Just jump back in, be like, oh my gosh, okay, here I am. I'm planning the best party ever, and it will be huge, okay? Your energy, I cannot stress enough, is so important because a big party takes lots and lots of energy. And so when you are doing this, we need to really be focused on the inviting process and the following up process, because you'll go into your big money goal and you won't be like shocked in a bad way that you're like hitting your goal. Like when I was training for my full marathon, I wasn't nervous on race day because I'm like, of course I'm going to be fine because I've been preparing for it. And so it's actually a really odd feeling when you're working on a big money goal because it feels very neutral. You're like, oh, like it's not a shock. Like when you play the lottery, like, do you want to win the lottery? Yes. But then like if you ended up winning, you'd probably be in a little bit of shock. You'd be like, what just happened? But when you do it with the wealthy mama way, it just feels very neutral. Like you're just working on it and working on it and working on it, and you can see the staircase, right? And you're climbing the staircase, and it just happens over time, and it's just very matter of fact. You're like, oh yeah, of course I like got to $10,000 months. Of course I got to $50,000 months. Of course, whatever sold out, because like you're doing the practical steps is just as much as you're doing the energetic steps. So we just scratched the surface with all of these topics. If these are things that you know that you need to dig into, please, this is my invitation to you. Please apply for my mastermind. It's my only live program. Energetically, I've made the decision I want to be hands-on with one program, and it's a very high touch program. It is higher ticket, and that is by design. So that way I can be immersed in that community way more, and it's my only live program, and that has felt so energetically good. And so just at least apply. Let's have a conversation. It could bless your life and help you reach your big money goal, and continue to help you reach other money goals as you see fit. So apply, and shout out to Kristen Rourke with Busy Mom Bod for sponsoring this very, very important episode. If you are desiring health and wealth, then you get to have two mentors. So maybe Kristen and I will be your mentors. She's amazing. Check her out. All about healthy living for busy moms on the go, and giving you simple, practical, sustainable ways to do that. So Kristen, I love you so much. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. And you watching, please, please, please go make one invitation. Go follow up. I'm literally constantly asking myself, who's the next person that I get to follow up with? What's the next invitation? Like, when you can continue to do this, it creates the habit of doing it, and it starts to really work in your favor. And every big money goal is going to need a lot of inviting and a lot of follow-up, so you might as well get comfortable with it. And it doesn't have to feel hard or painful either, and that's why I'm here. So I love you, I love you, I love you, and I hope you enjoyed this series.